Okay, and we are here now with Evans-Sumner to tell us a little bit about her career. So I've introduced yourself, but if you could just tell us a little bit about what your job or career is.
Yep. So my name's Emily, and I am a New York State licensed funeral director. Is the official title, but most people just know it as funeral director.
Okay, so what steps did you have to take to be at this place in your career now?
Yep. So you need a high school diploma, and then at least 2 years of college, and then a year of residency at a funeral home. There are other options of a 4-year degree. In New York State, there are currently, I believe, 4 colleges that offer mortuary science programs. Most are 2-year, and then SUNY Canton is a 4-year.
And you chose to go pretty locally, right? You went to Hudson Valley Community College, so right on up the road is an opportunity to earn a 2-year degree in that.
Correct.
Great. So could you walk us through a typical day in your field of work?
So there really isn't like a typical day. We do a lot of the same things per case, but like today I went to the hospital, then we met with 2 different families, and now I'm doing office work. So, and then on Thursday we have calling hours, we have a funeral on Saturday. So every day is a little bit different, but it kind of follows the same type of schedule.
Right. Well, and I think a great example of that is just in scheduling this interview, we have to be flexible because in a job such as yours, you have to be ready for whatever comes your way because it's so unexpected. So
Correct.
Every day could be different. Okay. What do you love most about your job, Emily?
So what I love most is like helping people. Funeral directing involves dealing with families like through the worst time in their lives. They just lost a loved one, and my job is to make that as easy as possible, like kind of comfort them and walk them through the entire process.
Okay, so I'm wondering what kind of skills are needed for your job? And this could be anything like those soft skills such as time management and communication, or those more trainable skills that you really needed to have help with.
So definitely both of those. So I need to be able to communicate with families properly, have a good relationship that way. Trainable skills, part of my job is very scientific based. So like the scientific part of it, where we prepare the body, we do embalming, there's a lot of, that's a very touch and go per case basis, and you need to know a lot about different anatomy, you need to know different chemicals, there's a whole chemistry aspect to it. And then, like I said, then there's the other side of working with families. We need to write obituaries, so there's writing skills involved, there's paperwork skills involved, a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, what a range. It's like the behind the scenes paperwork side of things being organized and the interpersonal skills needed to do a job as sensitive as this, but then science plays a huge role in it. So someone has to be pretty well-rounded.
Correct.
To be able to do this job well. So what are some challenges that you face in your job? So
challenges would also be the families. They're going through a huge grieving process, and sometimes that can be, a lot of families are easy to work with, but sometimes you get siblings pitted against each other, and you kind of have to be like the middleman, like, we need to work this out. Sure. Or sometimes in the scientific aspect is a body that's a little bit difficult to work with.
Sure.
They kind of have to figure out. Some time management issues, because if we have more than one case or family going on, you have to figure out, okay, when can I schedule when, and do I allow or do I have enough time to properly be with each of those people,
right? To do each one the way that it needs to be done.
Correct.
Sure. So what are the salary ranges in a position like this? And understandably that it may vary depending on location, but what could someone expect, and are there opportunities for advancement in a career such as this?
Yep, so salary ranges, residency obviously is going to be on the lower end, like between 20 and 30,000. But it can go all the way up to, like in our area, like Greenville, Albany, probably like 80 to maybe even 100,000.
Wow.
But it also depends on if you're the owner of the business. And that's kind of like the end goal, is to be the owner of the funeral home.
Yeah. So and that kind of helps to explain the options for advancement, because you can be an
Yes.
employee or you can be the boss, and understandably the boss is going to make more money.
Correct.
So, Emily, you went to Greenville School. You
Mhm.
took a lot of the classes that kids who are watching this now took, had the opportunity for some of the same activities. Were there any classes that you took while you were in either middle school or high school, or even activities that you did that you feel connect to your career now?
Definitely biology. That was the biggest thing. I actually took, so not only regular biology in high school, but I took forensics, and I took pre-vet, which also had biology, and that was a huge help in college when I took anatomy.
Yeah.
I had a very solid foundation going into that class.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, and really good advice, because we still offer all of those classes. So
Okay.
taking pre-vet and biotechnology and real issues in science, there's a lot of opportunities for kids to expose themselves. So, well, I thank you for your time. We appreciate you giving this interview on what it is like to be a funeral director. Thank you.
Thank you.